Welcome back, trainers, and we're going to be taking a look at Obstagoon with Obstruct in the Open Ultra League to see how it does perform here. If you do enjoy these videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for new turn notifications on, and let's see what we have going on. Now, let me give you my thoughts here. Now, it's definitely an interesting move, and it can be very fun to use, and you can pull off some interesting scenarios with it. But, it's just falling short of being pretty good. The energy requirement is a bit much. Now, the thing that you can use to your advantage because of the energy requirement for it being a little bit more than Night Slash is the fact that you can bait. If you're in a situation where they have one shield left, they're on their last Pokemon, you're about to, finish them off with a Night Slash. And if you go for the Obstruct, you can raise your defense and lower theirs, which could throw off the whole situation and help you to win it. But it's okay. It is okay, but a lot of times they know exactly what it is going to be because, well, it's Community Day, so everybody's expecting it. But yeah, we're going to be pairing it up with quite a few different Pokemon, but Shadow Nidoqueen the entire time. And then we do find our team with Shadow Gramble at the end with the Shadow Nidoqueen and Obstagoon, of course. So hope you all had a great Community Day. I am going to be bringing you my biggest rage clip ever, and why. All right, I did it live, and I was trying to take out the Galarian Laloon raid solo, and I spent about 500,000 Stardust to make it so it was comfortable to do so. And, well, it was just, we got ripped off. Essentially, we did it, but it shut me down at about 7 seconds, and everybody was there to see it. And then they did it again right after that next raid. Wow. So I'm going to actually clip that, and we'll talk about that. But enough of that. Other than that, I got a lot of shiny, something around 26 or so. I was going pretty hard. I didn't live stream the entire thing because I wanted to go grind that Stardust, but then I just spent it afterwards powering up Pokemon to take out the Galarian Laloon, which I actually did, but then it didn't actually let me do it. So anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and get into these battles here. So we got the Nidoqueen up against the Scrafty. Figure they're going to go for that, making a swap into our Obstagoon. Now, we are going with Night Slash. We were talking about that. So we have counter, of course, for the Quake move, and then Obstruct, and then Night Slash. I found myself just going for Night Slash. I mean, look, you get the Obstruct here. So, you're not going to be getting the shield all the time, and when you do, if you do use it, it is going to be glorious. But otherwise, it could be a bit rough if you're expecting it and they don't shield up. I mean, you are going to be getting the guaranteed buff, so I guess that is there. So let's see if we're going to even be winning this matchup here. So there goes one, and we take them out. Okay, so we won. That's cool. We have our defense raised. Looks like we're trying to just immediately swap here, bringing in our Nidoqueen and going for the Poison Fang up against that Scrafty. So, I mean, see, the thing about Obstagoon is, it's already good without its Community Day move, Obstruct. With Night Slash and Cross Chop, and you could even run Hyper Beam for Spice, or even Gunk Shot, Obstagoon has always been solid. And it's just as simple as that. You can completely run it without its Community Day move. You don't need to worry about it at all. It's not like, should I have it or nah? You're good, okay? Make sure you have a couple on hand just to have them, right? I hope you made some. I'm sure you did. But you don't need to worry about it too much. And that's, sometimes we get Community Day moves that are just a little bit very underwhelming. So, yeah. Anyways, what's going on here? Like I said, we do have some really fun plays where it does come in handy. Absolutely. It's not like, oh, it kind of helped me there. No, it actually did something, and it was pretty interesting. All right, leading with Obstagoon, of course, we're met with Scrafty here, so we're going to have to get out of here, building up a little bit of energy. Looks like we're going with the Talonflame right here. I'm expecting them to throw a Foul Play, and then they're going to retreat into something, so there goes the Foul Play. But they're staying here, so we're going to go ahead and go for a Flame Charge. I'm really hoping they think this is going to be a Brave Bird, and they shield it up. Oh boy, we get to another Flame Charge here. And if I do recall this, we get 2 shields here. Okay, all right, well, that's just fantastic. And we're going to go ahead and let this go. I'm hoping it was going to be a power-up punch, but unfortunately it was a foul play. So, yeah, I could have done some massive damage if we were able to get through that thing with that Talonflame intact still. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and bring in Nidoqueen here. Hopefully this is a foul play. We shielded up. They just keep going foul play. They said, the heck with power-up punch. This seems to just keep working for me, so we're going to keep going with it. And they have a Muck. Okay. This is great. We're going to go ahead and go for Earth Power. No more shields is going to pretty much one-shot. And we're trying to swap. Looks like we're trying to bring in our Obstagoon. And Obstagoon doesn't even get to see the battle there. Just its presence in the beginning. All right, next battle, we're going to be seeing a Swampert in the front here. Again, I mean, I did a few test battles that you're not going to be seeing. And Obstruct, look, if it required less energy, I feel like it would probably be OP, right? So I guess it's balanced here, but again, let's see what we have. Now, you probably want to run Obstruct with Cross Chop, right? You can go Night Slash, but yeah, if you go up against a fairy, you're pretty much done anyways, unless you have Gunk Shot built all the way up. It requires a bunch of energy, so that's your only saving grace. Alright, so we're swapping into our Talonflame, farming them down, still holding on to 2 shields. We got their water type out of the way, so let's see what we can do here. We're going to go straight for the Brave Bird, and then we're going to retreat into our Nidoqueen. Obstagoon is down and out for the count, unfortunately. Yep, that sure did happen. Now, another thing you could have done, obviously, other than getting a ton of Stardust as well as XP for this Community Day, was just simply find a good Obstagoon with good IVs. I mean, I found not rank 1s, but definitely close. It doesn't really matter. If you get rank between 1 and 100, or even, I guess, like 200, but more around the ranks between 1 and 50, that's still good. That's beautiful, obviously, rank 1. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and swap to catch a Flame Charge here after building up a ton of energy on our Obstagoon, but they're going to be going for Brave Bird. I'm not fooling anybody. Now, if you do throw Obstruct and you raise your defense and then lower theirs and then you swap, well, there goes your defense. And they're just going to retreat after that. So doing it up against a Pokemon that is locked is going to be a different situation. So they're going to be farming us down here. We're bringing in the Obstagoon. And tell me I go for Obstruct. Okay, so I do that. I could have KO'd with the Night Slash. But what we did here is raised our defense. And they go for Earthquake, which is really not doing too much after that defense has been raised. And expecting that Talonflame to come back into battle here. Going for the Night Slash. Now we do have our defense raised at this point. Brave Bird will KO, right? So we're getting to another Night Slash. And you can raise your attack too. So you can raise your defense and attack if you're lucky enough with the Night Slash. There is a situation where I get 2 attack boosts with it. It's towards the end. Alright, so we swap into our Nidoqueen. They still have 2 shields and they have a Cresselia in the back and still 2 shields. There's no way, right? There's no way we're going to pull this off. But let's just see what happens here because the Obstagoon still does have a little bit of health. Going up against the Cresselia with its Psycho Cut, it still can put in the work. We can maybe turn this around here if they don't have Future Sight. I'm just going to pretty much say that they don't if they're going for that Grass Knot. So they're still holding on to both of their shields, but here's the beautiful thing about Nidoqueen is even if they hold on to their shields, you can continuously lower their defense. And as you're lowering that defense, well, you're going to be doing more damage despite them using their shields or not. So go ahead and hold on to all the shields you want. Bringing in Obstagoon to go ahead and catch this here. And what is going on here? What's happening? What do you know? Nidoqueen pulling off the win. That was looking pretty grim there. Next battle, we're leading with that Obstagoon again and met with a Trevenant. Oh, this is just fantastic, folks. Let's go. We have the Granbull on the team. This is the official team now. This is the one that I found, you know, not getting hard counter left and right, front and center. So let's see what we have going on here. They're obviously going to be going for a Seed Bomb here. This will start adding up. Now, what you can do here, like we were discussing, the next blow is going to take them out. So maybe they might let it go, maybe they shield, or they're going to be swapping. So I do something completely idiotic, and I'm still getting used to this thing. I go for Night Slash. Huh, what the frick am I doing? Now, I'm doing damage, but I could have lowered the defense, done hardly any damage, and just done a ton more with the Charm. I guess it's not like the worst call that we made here, because this is enabling us to take them out here. Or are they going to get to it? Okay, beautiful. All right. So I don't know if we would have been able to survive if we went for the Obstruct. As you can see, raising the defense guaranteed is nice. Lowering it is also nice, but it's just a little tricky sometimes. So the Granbull's putting in the work. We're bringing in the Obstagoon here. We're going for the Obstruct. They're letting it go, raising our defense. Now, here's the reason why we did that. Now we're taking advantage of this here. This is their last Pokemon. They're not going to be able to swap. We lowered their defense. Technically didn't need to shield that, but I wanted to see if the Obstagoon can just put in the work. And we do. We got the Crobat on the team. Oh, we're swapping the Crobat out. That's right. Okay, never mind. Forgot to include that in the beginning. I'm going to have to remember to put that there. So, yeah, this Crobat actually did crazy. And this is one of my old teams when I did use Obstagoons. So we actually did really well with it. All right, we're met with a Deoxys defense. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Granbull here and just hope for the best. Hopefully they don't swap into a Nidoqueen or something like that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and let this go here because we do resist the counters, but they're going to be swapping into a Walrein, and they could almost farm us down here. But we're getting a shield from the Crunch, which I would expect because we could have went for a close combat. that would have pretty much KO'd that thing. So down we go. They throw their energy, which was fantastic. Okay, we're going to be obviously bringing in our Obstagoon. Crobat doesn't want anything to do with that here. And we're going to go for the Night Slash. Okay, just doing some nice damage here. Could have raised our defense, but again, I mean, it's almost just worth just taking them out as opposed to raising your defense and then getting hit by 2 charge moves, and then I guess you raise your defense, but then you have less health. Then the next Pokemon's just going to farm you down depending upon what it is. It really depends. And we got an Obstagoon back here, so we make the swap. We don't do any Obstruct because we know they're going to be swapping here. So they go for the Cross Chop. Yep, exactly. Bringing in the Deoxys. Now this is getting a little tricky, but it is looking hopeful, right? We're going to take Super Effective from the Rock Slide, from the Thunderbolt that we know they have, and of course from the Psycho Boost. And they're going for Thunderbolt, which is great, beautiful. We're going for a Poison Fang, just continuously lowering the defense here. And doing that nice damage, and unfortunately not able to farm them down. But they can't KO us even with that Psycho Boost. Yeah, looking good. So in comes the Obstagoon. We're obviously going to just start lowering the defense. So things are getting a little bit tricky here. And this is where you're going to, I think, see me use Obstruct. And lower... This is crazy, right? So there they go for their own. So we swap. We got all this energy. So I hit Obstruct. I think I hit Night Slash after this like an idiot. And we're going for another one. Great. So continuously lowering this. Oh my goodness. They're going to take us out on like 2 more counters. 1, 2, and we have a double KO. Thanks to raising our defense and lowering theirs, we're taking the win. We still had the Crobat in the back, but man, that was pretty intense there. All right, good battle. Next one, we're met with a Jellicent here with the Obstagoon in the middle. What do you know? All right, so let's have a little fun here. Crunch is going to do a lot. Shadow Ball is going to basically KO us. And what are we going to do? Shield it up? Okay, Shadow Ball sounds good. We're doing a ton of damage with that Charm, and I'm expecting them to shield up as well. And what we want to do, if they do win this matchup, I'm guessing they're going to go for a Shadow Ball right after this and win it. Exactly. We're going to farm down with the Obstagoon. Counter not very effective. Yes, they're going to get off a couple of bubbles to lower our attack, but we're easily going to just swap out and refresh that and bring in the Crobat and see what we can do here. So we're letting this bubble go, and we will be coming out of this with a ton of energy, which is going to be pretty interesting. Now, if you find yourself in the back with a, I don't know, Charm User or a Shadow Machamp or something like that, you can just rest assured that's going to be a good game for you, and you might as well just push back out if the Crobat's gone. If that, you know, right, obviously. So they're going to be bringing in their Nidoqueen, okay? They're going for Poison Fang. I'm expecting them to swap what you got at Obstagoon. All right, this is getting a little interesting. I think we're going to have another one of those situations where I'm going to be using Obstruct, lowering defense, raising defense, and pulling off the win because of it. Seriously, so it does come in handy, like I said, but it's not going to be every single game. Don't expect it to do damage. All right, so we're getting off another one. We're going to be lowering their defense like crazy here, and we're going to let all this go. Crobat put in the work for me here, still surviving, getting into another quick move. Maybe should have swapped there, but that's okay. We need to farm down, and we do, thanks to lowering that defense, and now we're going to start throwing these Obstructs up against this Nidoqueen. They let that first one go, and now we're going to start throwing the Night Slashes. I think we throw one more towards the very end when they're, like we were discussing, the last blow that we're going to take them out with, they need to shield, so we use Obstruct, right? That's exactly how you can play that situation, and I'll give you the example here. So we're going to let that Poison Fang go, taking it no problem because we keep, well, we raise our defense once. We're going to raise it again here. Getting off another Poison Fang. This is getting real close and lowering their defense again. Not very effective counter. Not even getting stabbed. Are we going to be able to pull this off? Getting the shield. There it is. And we take the win thanks to Obstruct. Quite literally. There you go. There it is. All right, next battle met with a Charizard. This is no problem. Charm, your fire? Oh, okay. Shadow Charm says, what resistance? I mean, what's going on here? We're going to go ahead and call the Dragon Claw, and that we did. Beautiful. Going for a crunch here, and I'm expecting them to shield this up. So we got a shield out of them with our Shadow Gramble going up against the Charizard, and we still have yet to shield. What's going to happen is, yeah, they're going to farm us down. They're going to go for a Blast Burn, and we're going to sneak in a quick move here and take them out. Simply shield this up. They're going to go down right after this. They're not going to be able to get off anything. And down it goes. They have a Gyarados. We immediately swapped into our Obstagoon, and they bring in Swampert. So this is great. Gonna go for the Night Slash. Going for Obstruct? Nah, no thanks, not quite yet. We may try it here. No, it looks like I'm vigorously trying to tap on Night Slash. So we'll be able to survive another one of these, no problem. Obstagoon is a tank. So long as you're not going up against Fighting or Charm, damage. You're good. So we raised our attack here. Do you see that? Oh, yeah. I think I shield this up because I want to showcase it. This is not what you would want to do in this situation here. Just a little heads up. We go for Night Slash right off the bat. Is that what we go for? No, we go for Obstruct. Okay, sweet. Swap into our Crobat. We're going to have some defense lowering action, kind of a defense combo breaker going on here. Poison Fang, get in the shield. We have no more shields left. They're going to be able to do a decent amount of damage with that Aqua Tail and Dragon Breath, but they go for an outrage, folks. Let's get it. So this is great. We're going to go for another Poison Fang, and this is going to take the win. All right, lowering that defense. Got a debuff team here, except for the Gramble. Well, technically the Crunch can, but it's not like we're spamming those crunches. Next battle, we're met with a Trevenant, so we're going to do a little bit of charm damage and then swap into our Crobat. And, well, they're going to be retreating with that Trevenant with energy and bringing in a Wall Rain here, so this is not particularly looking good for us. Not a hard counter in the front, but this is obviously not a good matchup to see here. So we're going to let this Icicle Spear go for the Poison Fang. I'm going to assume they're going to let this go as well. All right, getting a shield. Oh, that's right. You know, that's just fantastic. Love getting that shield there. So got to make the decision. Do we want to bring an Obstagoon and farm up? And yes, that's exactly what we're going to do, and let this go as well. Hitting us with an Earthquake. Okay, sounds good. And we're able to farm down. Fantastic. So we got a Gramble and a Obstagoon loaded with energy, and they're going to be bringing in a Cresselia here. All right, things are going to get a little bit interesting. So let's see what we have going on. Remember, if you go for the Obstruct right off the bat, I mean, you know, they're just going to retreat. So it really depends. So we raise our attack here. And now at this point, we have 2 shields. We're definitely going to be shielding up this Obstagoon. So we got the attack raised by 2 stages. Now we're going to go ahead and go for Obstruct because, well, they're going to get KO'd if they let this go. And we get a shield with Obstruct. Are you kidding me? Let's get it. That's exactly how you want to work it, folks. And let's get it. So we're going to let this one go, but it is a Moonblast, unfortunately. But I'm just thinking this is the only way to play it out. So what's going to happen here is we're going to let this go. It is going to be a Grass Knot. We will survive. They're going to swap into their Trevenant. We shield this up. Go for the Crunch, barely making it there. I'm pretty sure they have about 2 Seed Bombs, so this is just an absolute to the T perfection. Taking them out here, and then taking out the Cresselia with Charm. Let's go. Okay, let's try this again. I just did, I don't know, from here till the end of the commentary, audio was just magically gone. Okay, so next battle, we're met with a Tapu Fini here. So we're shielding everything up. It doesn't really matter what it is, and I'm expecting them to shield this up. It doesn't matter if it's not very effective. It's still going to be able to take them out because Shadow Gramble's attack is ridiculous and their health is very low. So we will let this go, and what we're going to do at this point is farm them down with Obstagoon. We're going to be coming out of this with a ton of energy, and this is going to be fantastic. What are they going to bring into battle? A Escavalier. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw Night Slash here. This is going to be very effective with that counter. So we're swapping into Crobat, which basically hard counters that thing pretty good. And they have a Galarian Muck in the back. And you already know this is something that we want to see here. So I do, all right. At first I was like, okay, this is interesting. They hit me with this Sludge Wave. Now I do not know if that was an intentional thing, kind of like a taunt, or it was a mistake. But at that moment, I was thinking to myself, well, I'm definitely going to have to pull this win off now. So let's see. We're going to shield this up. And now they go for a Dark Pulse. Oh, okay. So we swap into our Obstagoon and farm down that Muck. Beautiful. They're bringing back that absolutely amazing Escavalier. And we're going to let this Drill Run go. We survive. And see, I'm still learning. At this moment, you want to get off the Obstruct. All right, we get a shield. All right, maybe. Depends. Maybe you need to do that extra damage. But in this case, we got the shield. So we're just going to go for the Shadow Ball. We take that win. Let's go. All right, moving on to the next battle. I do believe we got about 3 more left, maybe 2. So we're met with a Swampert, and again, this is a situation where you just want to go for the Night Slash. As simple as that. Obstruct isn't going to help you here. You're going to raise your defense. It's going to cost more energy than your Night Slash. You're going to do less damage, and you know they can simply just swap out when it's all said and done after they've beaten you with that defense drop. All right, so what's going on here? Going for the Hydro Cannon again, we go for another Night Slash. So this situation with an Obstagoon doesn't matter if you have rank 1. Maybe if you have rank 1, let's see. Okay, maybe if you have, no, you need more attack. So you're pretty much going to have this situation where you're going to have to use a shield to come out. So what we're going to do is we go for Obstruct here. Please tell me I hit Obstruct. What the frickin', oh, all right, yeah, that's this one. So we go for that, but we're able to survive and get off another one. Don't think we would have been able to get off 2 anyway, so I guess that works. Yeah, I guess that works. That's okay. They immediately swap into a Glade. They still have 2 shields. And we swap into our Gramble. Now we have to let this go. We have to hold on to our last shield. because the Muck is going to be able to just devastate us here. What we're going to do, since we do resist the quick move on the Muck, because of our fairy type, is shield this up, no problem. They go for the Sludge Wave. Yes, good. And we're going to go for the Crunch here just because we can. Maybe get a defense drop, not that we need it at this point, because the Crobat is simply going to go in here and take it out with like 2 quick moves. They go for the Sludge Wave. Big move, big move. Maybe they had Acid Spray, who knows? But nonetheless, we take that win, looking good. Next battle, Obstagoon is met with a Gyarados. And this is another one of those things where you're just going to keep going Night Slash here. Now think about if you had Night Slash and Cross Chop. Now what are you going to do? Exactly. See, this is why Obstruct is not that great on its own. You can build up if you had Hyper Beam or a Gunk Shot, but then you're going to be sitting there countering like 100 times, and then by the time you get there, they're going to be like, oh, that's a Hyper Beam. Shield it up, and then you're done. Now, if they let it go, that's another story, right? So what's going to happen here? This is getting a little close. We're going to let this go. Can we get to one more? Yeah, they're going to let this go down here. And they probably got some sort of a counter to the Obstagoon. Yeah, they let it go. Beautiful. What you got? What you going to bring into the fight here? And it's a Machamp. Oh, we can go with 1 or 2. We're going to go ahead and bring in Gramble. They have a Wall Raid. So this is great. This is perfect because the Crobat doesn't want to see this thing. So what we're going to do is simply shield this up yet again. Keep shielding up this Gramble and just melting these teams away. So it's like, oh, you're using Gramble. Yeah, who cares? Yep, everybody is using this Wall Rain, skillless Wall Rain. No offense to them, because I use it too, but I'm just saying. So, yep, I got fire to fight with fire. Alright, so we bring in the Crobat here, and we're going to be able to finish them off, not giving them the chance to use that last shield. Alright, keeping it moving here. We're met with a Nidoqueen, and again, this is not particularly a situation that I would like to be in here, but you're going to see something quite amazing does happen. We're going to get the boost 4 times. Well, we get it 2 times, but with Night Slash, it raises your attack sharply, which is going to be by 2 times, and the max that you can raise somebody's stats, or somebody's stats, your stats, is going to be by 4, so we hit the max. And the max you can lower somebody's stats is going to be by 4. So essentially Poison Fanging somebody 4 times, that's it. You can't lower their stats anymore after that, right? You can still do damage, obviously, but you're not going to be lowering it any lower than 3 or 4 times. So going for another Night Slash. They catch it. Very good catch. Okay. Bringing in the Gramble here. There's nothing they can do. They had no time to build up to Hyper Beam or Gunk Shot. So, yeah, down they go. We got 1 shield left and some energy built up on this Gramble. We're looking good, and we still have all of our Pokemon. Obstagoon is still just hanging on by a thread here. So they're bringing in the Nidoqueen. We're going to barely survive and get 1 more Charm through. Beautiful. Very good. That's what I like to see. So we're going to bring in the Crobat. And what's going to happen is, yes, they're going to get off a Poison Fang and lower our stats here. But what we're going to do is, since we do have the Obstagoon, is what's in the back? A Machamp. Oh, that's just beautiful. Oh, just great. We're going to throw that Poison Fang, swap into the Obstagoon, reset the stats, just in case we need it to absorb a Rock Slide at this point. Coming from that Machamp, ooh, Rock Slide would do me in right about now. So we're going to go ahead and shield this up, and that's going to be the end. Folks, if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!